unsure what that was, but good morning. It is about 9:30 and we are in Stansted Airport. Who is surprised because I'm not. We're back boarding another plane, boys and girls. I don't know if I even said I was coming with Liv. I said I was going to Scandinavia. Very vague. Oh, I am getting my best sight. Yeah, it's good lighting. Oh, okay, don't on. So honestly, I'm gonna get kicked out of the airport in a minute. Basically, we're going to Copenhagen. We need to go and find our gate. We need to go board our flight. I'm super excited. This trip's gonna include 3 countries. But number 1, going to Denmark. Let's go. I've never been. Have you been to Denmark before? No. Both of our first times. I'm looking very wrapped up for winter, but we have just arrived and checked in. We're actually staying in a hostel and we've got to the room and right now there's nobody else in it, so I thought I'd quickly show you it because we all know I would be way too shy to do that if there was people here. But what is the name of it?
Urban House.
Urban House. Basically, you actually recommended this, but it's like one of the most highly ranked hostels in Copenhagen and it wasn't even expensive and it's pretty good. Let me show you. Got bunk beds. It's all very, very clean. You've got lockers. There's an ensuite and the bathroom's actually decent. Like, this is very clean. Very, very good for a hostel. Also got quite a lot of room here for, like, you know, luggage, coats, all of that sort of stuff. It's not bad. We're gonna go and explore a little bit more now. We briefly headed out, got the world's largest sandwiches, which then dripped grease all down Liv's leggings. Look at her jogging. Oh, you can't really see it. Yeah, there you go. That's grease, guys. I actually don't know. I'm optimistic that that's gonna come out.
Comment down below if the grease is gonna come out.
Comment down below a way to get the grease out. That could be helpful. Ate those. We've come back because I was really cold. Also, we couldn't finish the sandwiches, so we've left half the sandwich here. It was massive, guys. Here's a photo of it. We're gonna head out.
I thought you pointed the camera at me.
It's part of the sandwich. It looks great. We're going for an explore and I don't really know too much about this city. Liv has done a bit more research than me. I'm trusting you.
Oh, just have a walk.
Let's go have a gander. I feel like a waffle could be on the cards at some point. I'm just wandering around and exploring, but I really like this street. I really like the whole vibe so far. It's even better because everything is pedestrianised. Don't feel like I'm gonna get wiped out by a bike.
On this street anyway.
Not on this street, on every single other street that we've been on. Yes. This street, no. This is very bougie. We are just walking back from dinner, which by the way was amazing. I'll talk more about that in a minute, but we've just passed this courtyard and I'm sorry, how beautiful is this? It is given Taylor Swift love story for real. Oh, yeah. Everywhere we walk, guys, and I really can't stress this enough. I really can't stress this enough. Am I drunk? Everywhere we walk has been beautiful. Like, everything is really modern, really clean. Like, I don't know how else to describe it, but everything is just done so nicely, don't you think?
So clean.
Everywhere we've walked past.
To be fair, that's not modern.
That's not modern. But it sort of is. Very, very nice vibes absolutely everywhere. Every window we've looked in, every restaurant we've walked past, like shops, restaurants, whatever it is. Immaculate vibe. Chic. Classy.
It's kind of weird because it's like a juxtaposition between clean and industrial.
It is, yeah, it is, but I think that's what they've nailed.
Love it.
Love it. Are we gonna go for another drink? Yes. We are feeling a bit worse for wear because we accidentally went out last night, which was not on the card, but was actually really very fun. It was a really good night. We ended up in a nightclub. I've not been in a club in so long. Yeah. Like an actual club, like that you have to pay to get in and stuff. But it was actually so much fun. It was so lovely. So today has taken a pretty slow start, but we are now in the National Museum of Denmark. Actually, just such a beautiful building. Here we go. Oh yeah. Time to learn a little bit more about Denmark. We're collecting our coat. We're going to go back for a tiny little power nap because we're very tired. And also it is absolutely pouring it down. Like the weather today, we have a list of things we want to do here. Basically, most of it's outside. Like literally it's all sightseeing. And it's just not the vibes really for walking around. Like we walked here, it was a fight, wasn't it? Yeah. It was like a battle. Liv actually got a video of me. Like, I'll insert it here. This was how I walked here. We can't back down. We can't back down. I want to continue walking around in this kind of, not really. So we're gonna have a little nap and then the rain is forecast to stop in like an hour and a half. Fingers crossed. So then hopefully we can come back out, get some food. Want to try some classic Danish, what is it called? Smørrebrød? Smørrebrød? Here's a photo of the bread. Anyway, we're going. La la la. Hey guys, it is a lot later on, looking a tiny bit better and more alive than earlier because I have had a nap, so has Liv. We've come back out for a wander and an explore. Part of it being winter obviously means that it gets dark so early, so even though it's only 6 PM, it feels like it's like 10 o'clock at night. But anyway, we're just having a little explore, walking around some of the streets that we haven't been done yet. We walked to this pink building. Liv's just crying. she's finding it so emotional. We passed this earlier, we were like, that is really pretty, and we didn't know what it was. It turns out it's a cinema. It's the biggest fantasy looking cinema I've probably ever seen. I'm just gonna have a little gander really, have a mooch around, see if we can find somewhere to have dinner. I think the majority of this vlog is honestly going to be from tomorrow. Today has been a little bit of a write-off, not only because we were hungover, but also it has rained so heavily. It was not the one. I'll be honest with you, it really wasn't. But still the wind, man. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We have made it to, how do you say that word? Nyhaven? Nyhaven? I have literally lived heaven. This is like the shot of Copenhagen that you'll see if you Google it, and it is really, really beautiful. Like, we haven't seen this yet, and I feel like this has just made me really, really like the city a lot more. The boats are so cute. I'd love to know like who decided to just randomly attach fairy lights to all of them. I think we're gonna try and eat in one of these restaurants down here. So many good options. Also, we're gonna come back and see this in the daylight, obviously, because these are the famous colourful houses, which in the dark you can't see quite as well. So cute, guys. How good does that look? Actually, it doesn't look like it on the camera. Liv's looks better. Liv's looks a bit more colourful. Literally, Liv, you might as well just took him with a spoon. It is dessert time. We've walked past so many of these waffle places. They've got like waffles, churros, all the good stuff. Of course, we had to order one. Good morning, guys. Look at how beautiful this looks in the daylight. Today is going to be a big day of sightseeing. Me at every given opportunity. We have got up fairly bright and early. We're heading down to do a little canal boat tour and learn some history of Copenhagen, of Denmark, just generally. I feel as though we've learned a little bit, but honestly I still don't know too much about this country, like the history of it all. So I'm quite excited. We're going to see some bits and bobs. The weather's a lot better and the houses are behind me. Why is it reminding me of Balamory? Oh, Balamory, wouldn't you like to know? We are back on the same street that I still can't pronounce. How do we reckon you say it? Nyhaven? Somebody let me know in the comment. We just got some photos in front of them, classic Copenhagen tourist pictures, and now I think we're gonna head for some brunch because I'm pretty hungry. Could definitely eat. Plus, Copenhagen's pretty famous for brunch restaurants. If you type it into Instagram, there's so many good ones that come up. So I don't know where we're going. I'm gonna find one of them. So we found a really good veggie brunch spot, and then we decided to head to Rosenborg Castle. This is definitely a main tourist attraction and thing to do here in Copenhagen, but it didn't disappoint. It was actually really interesting, really beautiful inside, and also nice to be out of the freezing cold. What was that? Why does it sound like a dog? If you couldn't tell, I think it's meant to be a lion. Okay, once again, I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation of this, but I think we are at Torv Holland Outdoor Market, which is basically like food, drink, coffee, flowers, little stalls, basically your average market, but it looks really cute. It's kind of just like a little bit out of the centre, all pedestrianised. This is just beautiful. And behind me, there's like these huge greenhouses, like food stalls inside, which is actually also really good. It's slightly warmer. This is what I was talking about the other day. I'm not sure I pronounced it right, once again, but it's basically these famous Danish sandwiches. They look really, really good. Glog. End of the day, another very beautiful courtyard with fairy lights. So many fairy lights and neon lights in the city. I'm obsessed. I'm losing Liv. Look at the roof. Are you joking? Welcome to Stockholm. I am so excited to be here in Sweden. Here is Liv. Basically, right, the light in here is not the one. We flew this morning from Copenhagen, got to Stockholm for like before lunchtime. Honestly, it was like the quickest, easiest flight I've potentially ever done in my life. And then I didn't film anything. I'm quite bad at vlogging when I'm on like a short, fast-paced trip because I want to take everything in and I'm like, oh my gosh. But I'm gonna insert here some footage from the ABBA museum. So I'm sure you probably are aware that ABBA are from Sweden. Obviously I'm an ABBA fan. So we were like, we really want to go. The museum is here and I've heard really good things about it. Didn't get too much footage because there's a lot of it that you actually can't film in, but I'm going to insert the bits that I did get here, including, Liv, what was the best bit?
The silent disco.
The silent disco. The footage will be so funny because you can't hear what we could hear, so we're like, yeah, like squeaky shoes. We were listening to Super Trooper. Super Trooper?
Yeah.
Dancing Queen, Mamma Mia, all the good ones, all the classics. But yeah, it was so much fun. So that footage is here. days, guys. The haircuts really were something, they really were. So I made up my mind. Oh, they're the actual outfits. They had some incredible outfits, man. But I suddenly lose control. I 10 out of 10 recommend that if you're in Stockholm. Oh, the tram is right here. We need to go. But yeah, so much fun, so good. Really don't want to slip over, it's very icy. No, I don't know if we're gonna make it. Oh no. Anyway, as I was saying, 10 out of 10 recommend if you're ever in Stockholm, even if you're just a casual fan of ABBA's music. That's a really great museum, it's so interactive. We did so much dancing, like, I feel like I did a workout.
Stayed in the silent disco room all day.
Yeah, just such good vibes. Really interesting, really fun. We made it on the tram also, which is another good situation. We've been very lucky timing all the trains and the trams today.
Mamma Mia vibes on the lock screen.
Very much Mamma Mia vibes. That is like a picture of summer. And now we have just got ready to go out. We are staying in a really cool hostel. I'm gonna film it for you in the morning, but it's basically a boat dock on the river that is like a hotel and hostel. Apart from right now, the river is completely frozen solid. Pretty good, it means the boat's not rocking. But yeah, we've got ready, we're gonna go out. We're gonna go to a bougie restaurant that Liv's found. How did you hear about this?
TikTok and a friend recommended.
TikTok and a friend. I look really sweaty because it's really warm in here, but it's so cold outside. Anyway, we really need to leave. I'm very excited. I've seen so many good things about this place. Its Instagram looks beautiful. And also, I'm really hungry. Nice and in focus. Hot day. Good morning, it is Monday. I've completely lost track of what day of the week it is, but it is Monday. Look at the view that we have woken up to. Potentially this might be one of the nicest like hotel hostel room views that I have ever had from my bed. So you look to the left, completely frozen lake just the whole way around. It looks so peaceful outside, guys. It looks beautiful, and obviously all of these buildings definitely do help. I think that this is actually Stockholm's old town. What's it called again? Gamla Stan. There you go. I don't know if you can really see as well to the right there. I think that that's a church. See, I'm being a tour guide, but I don't know fully what anything is. But yeah, this is kind of like the old town part of Stockholm, and obviously we're staying on a boat. Here is another boat right outside the window. This hostel is kind of made up of 3 of these types of boats, so they're pretty big. We're in the 3rd one, then there's this one, and then there's like the main one behind that. Actually, I really recommend it. It's really cool accommodation, like it's somewhere really cool to stay. Plus, bed last night was so comfy. I feel like I've had the best night's sleep that we've had since we started this whole trip, so I feel well rested, ready to go. And this morning, despite what I've just shown you, we're going on a little boat tour. Basically, around Stockholm there are loads of separate little islands that have their own separate little history, and the reason that we're going on this tour is because we don't know anything about it, but we've been recommended it loads of times. I've seen it on TikTok, Liv's seen it on TikTok, and then we kind of were like, yeah, let's book to do that. So hopefully there's going to be some knowledge included at some point, but we don't have it yet because we haven't done the tour yet. Yeah, we're going to do a boat tour, but the lake is frozen over, so I'm not fully sure where we're going or how it's going to work, but hopefully it's going to be fine. Anyway, I need to add some more layers and then we need to leave. So we set sail on our little cruise around Stockholm, and we actually sat outside, guys. I've maybe never felt this cold in my entire life, but we learned so much about the history of Stockholm and its waterways and all of the castles, palaces, historic, noteworthy buildings that are on its shorelines.
And outside Stockholm, we have one of the largest archipelagos in the world. We have 30,000 islands, and 200 of the islands are inhabited.
We have come to the museum quarter, and honestly, if you're really into museums, I feel like you could spend a whole week here in Stockholm because there are so many. I think if we have a look at this map, these are just the ones that are in this quarter, but there are loads of others in the actual city as well. So you could definitely take your pick. We're gonna go to this one. When we were on that little cruise, the lady was really recommending this one because there was this like really famous ship that sunk in the harbour here.
It only sailed for 20 minutes.
Literally.
And sunk.
So then now there's a whole museum dedicated to it, and also obviously there's a lot of like Viking history here. So we're gonna come and have a little look. But yeah, all of the buildings kind of insane. Like, look at this. This is a museum. It looks like a castle or something. Yeah, such impressive architecture. Also kind of scary. Everything's like quite gothic looking. It's been a good couple of hours and now we're going for some food. I'm very excited because I'm very hungry and I think we're gonna go to a Thai place, but a place that also does sushi. Liv is a big sushi fan. Not quite on the trend yet, but I really do want to like sushi. I keep trying, I'm persevering with it. Going up for dinner, I'm gonna go maybe for some drinks as well. We're kind of trying a little bit of a different area tonight. The lady on the boat actually recommended it this morning. Yeah, we've taken just random recommendations the whole trip, the whole time we've been here and in Denmark. We're just asking people for recommendations. I feel like, yeah, it's working pretty well. That's often the best way as well, especially if they're local. Like, they're gonna want to give advice. Oh, this is a big hill. Alright, I'm gonna go because we're gonna climb these stairs. Oh, she bougie. Suddenly I drink whiskey on the rocks, guys. I'm really hoping that's not what this tastes like. Did I order this cocktail just because it's called Ryan Gosling? Maybe, yes. Yes, I did. Good morning. I feel like that last clip was just a clip of some people that we didn't introduce or speak about. But basically, shock horror. Actually, it is a bit of a shock horror. Like, I feel like Liv and I aren't really like this, but on this holiday, we were going out a lot apparently. And you know what? I have no regrets. It was actually so much fun. We ended up meeting such a lovely group of people last night, and they were all Swedish, so they were giving us like loads of recommendations and just being really friendly. And basically, we just sat down next to them. We were just like, can we join you? And when I say we, Liv. But yeah, they were so friendly. It was so lovely. We were dancing to some Taylor Swift. I'm not sure if I filmed any of it. We are up, we are checked out of the hostel. We are leaving today, which meant we had to be up quite early. Feeling it. To be honest, I just feel like I really need a drink of water. But yeah, we're gonna go and explore a little bit more of the old town, and then we're also heading to the Oscar Malm food hall. It's like a market. Victorian. Oh, it's Victorian. It's gonna look nice either way, so we're gonna go get some food. But while we're walking though, the lake is still completely frozen over. I picked a really bad time to show you because this is a boat. But like, completely frozen solid. We have got juices to cure the hangover, and we are in food market, and it is beautiful. It's got such lovely interior. I think Liv said it was Victoria. Yeah, it's just really nice. It's also not too busy, and it's also quiet because it's a weekday, which is also really nice because I imagine on a weekend it's packed in here. You guys know I love a market. Good morning from Norway. I'm so excited to be here. I feel as though this is the country and the part of this trip that I know the least about in terms of like city break destinations. I know a lot of people have been to Copenhagen or to Stockholm, but Oslo is kind of a bit of a random one. But we were like, we want to link it in. We're doing a whole Scandinavia trip. I definitely at some point already know I want to come back to Norway and do like the north of Norway, but right now this kind of just linked in with the trip that we were doing, and I'm so excited to be here. We got here last night. I didn't film anything because honestly we'd had a really long day. We were quite tired. Yesterday was very much like a travel-y kind of day, and then we got here and immediately the mood was lifted because we are staying in such a nice little apartment. I'm going to show you, but it is a mess right now because we've put all of our stuff everywhere, and also we've been sorting out like washing. We've got a washing machine, we've got like actual appliances so that we can, you know, clean our clothes, just feel a bit more human, because I'm not gonna lie, I was wearing the same pair of thermals for like most of the last week. Here is the kitchen and the bathroom area. Here is Liv. It was great having a kitchen. We actually cooked last night, which saved us some money, and also was just a bit less effort than like getting ready to go out and find a restaurant. Got a little sofa with my stuff on it, but you know, and then the bed, and then we would have a balcony, but currently guys it's actually -8, and I filmed a little TikTok of me getting ready because to me -8, that sounds like a temperature where you shouldn't go outside, and I know I'm gonna get comments from people that live here all the time or that live in Canada that experience like -30, -40, but like in the UK, especially like not in Scotland, we don't get weather this cold. Like it usually would be like maybe -1, -2. Wouldn't be going about my day-to-day life in -8 at home really. It would be very rare. So because of that, I don't know how to dress for it, and I also don't usually like have the right stuff, so I did buy some thermal, did buy some nice fleece lined leggings. I feel like we're gonna be okay. Yeah, everywhere else we've been for context has been like 0, so this is noticeably like 8 degrees colder, and I feel like we are gonna feel that. But we've got a lot of stuff planned. We've got an exciting day ahead, so I'm gonna bring you along, and I'm excited to see a little bit of Norway. Liv has also got some foot warmers. I've never heard of these before. I guess it's similar to hand warmers, which I have heard of obviously, but you basically stick it to your foot like a plaster and then just put your shoes on as normal. 8 hours of heat is pretty good, especially if you get cold toes. It's already warm. I'm really confused. Did you have to crack it? Or? No, it's air activated. Wow, that could be the way forward, guys. If you're somebody that struggles with cold hands or cold feet, savers, get on it. Sorry, how beautiful is this? It's thick snow. We are at the, I keep calling it Munch because that is how we would pronounce it, but it's definitely not how you pronounce it. But basically this is the museum where the famous screen painting is, which you'll definitely recognise even if you think you don't. It's this one. I'll pop it on screen. That's pretty much exactly it. And behind us here is the sauna that we've got tickets for tomorrow. Basically, you jump into the water, as I've already stressed, it's -8, and then you get to go in the sauna afterwards, and Liv thinks that this is a good idea.
think it's fun.
Is it? Comment down below if you think that that's fun, guys.
So we did head inside the Munch Museum. I'm not entirely sure how you say this, but we didn't have too long in here, but we did get time to see the iconic screen painting, which was mainly what we wanted. You also got to do your own art, which was pretty cool. But our main activity that we had booked for this day was actually a cruise along the Oslo fjords.
We are setting sail on a cruise around the fjordlands. It's beautiful. Look at this. Are you joking?
Now, this was by far the best of the 3 cruises we did across any of the cities. Norway is stunning. The Oslo fjords, honestly, were beautiful. The lake was frozen. Everything we went past felt like a winter wonderland. It was literally like being in Narnia, and I actually would really, really love to come back to Norway and see all of this in the summer as well, but this genuinely was one of the most beautiful, beautiful places I've ever been. We're gonna try this Norwegian chocolate. We've just got back to the apartment and we saw this on YouTube earlier. We thought we'd give it a go because we saw it in 7-Eleven. Hopefully it's gonna be nice. It's made by this brand, which is really popular here. I think it's pronounced Freya. So we will give you a review. This is a good angle, isn't it? So I just put it on a little tripod.
How many double chins can you get, Liv?
Is it just milk chocolate? Do we know anything about it?
There's chocolate.
And there's chocolate. Only one can make to comfort and skyrocket. It's like a Kit Kat.
Oh, okay.
Right, well, there's your half.
Oh my god, you're taking a whole half.
Yeah. What are you gonna eat?
I don't know, I thought we were just doing a bite.
Quite waxy. It's alright. It's not Cadbury's.
Kind of reminds me of cheap Advent chocolate in the form of a Kit Kat.
I feel like it's got a weird aftertaste. Not the biggest fan, I think it's fair to say.
Alright.
Yeah, it's fine.
Nothing special.
I think it's better than Australian chocolate. But it's not Cadbury's. 5 out of 10. Good morning from a very sunny Oslo actually. It's really lovely weather. It's Thursday and we are starting our day off by going swimming in the Oslo fjords. Basically doing an ice bath in, I guess, one of the world's biggest ice baths really. It's a thing to do here in all the Scandinavian countries. We've seen it. People like jumping off of piers, jumping off of the edge of the kind of like sauna areas. So the way it works is you hire a sauna and then you get access to obviously the sauna and then the ocean. So you've got somewhere to warm up. So it is like a thing. Would I have booked to do this? Potentially, maybe not. But Liv was like, we should do this, we should do this. And I was like, okay. And that is on peer pressure. No, I'm actually quite excited. Like, I think when it comes down to it, it's fully mind over matter. And I know so many people that love doing ice baths, so we'll see. But it looks beautiful. We're at the marina. Very, very pretty. Don't know why the camera won't focus. There you go. Look at that. Wow. Crazy.
Controversially, I'm gonna go against everything I said in that last clip, and I actually really enjoyed this. It's definitely something that you need to get used to, but if you're visiting anywhere in Scandinavia, I do really recommend looking into it. And just to prove that I did it, guys, here is a really awful, horrible video. As you can see, not thriving, fighting for my life, but it did feel good afterwards.
Guys, we've come sledging. We have come up to the top of one of the mountains here in Oslo. I'm not going to talk for too long because I'm very worried I'm going to slip. Guys, I'm doing this in a pair of Doc Martens, which are not the right shoes. Liv's doing this in a pair of New Balance, which is actually impressive.
For the rest of this trip, I've been holding on to Molly like...
Yep.
In the city, it's so icy.
To be fair, in the other 2 cities, it was fine.
Yeah, it was.
It's just Oslo, but it's beautiful. Look. I mean, firstly, look at where I'm standing. And I'm not a snowy person, I'm not a cold person at all, but this is stunning. Secondly, look at this, it's like a little ski chalet. And over here, this is the Oslo fjord that we were sailing on yesterday. How pretty.
Gonna get our sled.
Whoops, she's gone. A couple of things have happened since I last spoke to you. We nearly died, not clickbait. For the first time in my life, genuinely, I was like, this could be how I die. I don't think we grasped how much of a mountain this actually was. We got on these little tiny toboggans, which look like this. Little sledge, right? As you can see, all you've got there is one bit of basically like tent material. We get on it, we start going down, everybody else is like, whoa, this is so fun, we're having a great time. I'm not kidding you, there's this one bit, and because obviously it's not fresh snow, it's just ice, there is no way to stop this sledge. Me and Liv are hurtling down the side of this mountain. Liv's in front of me and I could see her panicking, but we're traveling. Liv's screaming my name.
I'm scared.
I would say we were traveling at like a good,
oh my lord,
40-50 miles an hour. It felt like like I'm not exaggerating even. And then I was like watching to see what Liv did, because my escape plan, we were heading for this wall and I was thinking maybe the best plan is to completely come off it and just like
stop myself with my own momentum rather than be on this sledge, which is basically skis. And Liv was like putting her arm out to try and stop it. You've really hurt your hand. It's not looking too good. She's cut her wrist. I'm just like, I think maybe they need to give you a little warning, because when we hired them, they didn't give us any instructions. They didn't say like, this is how you stop, this is how you turn. We just got them. And that's how I feel, like baby crying. That was honestly me. I was like laughing to start with, but the further down the mountain I got, I was not laughing at all. I was literally like, not funny. So we might need to get some first aid for Liv's wrist. But right now we have to take the sledges back up to the top of the mountain. Oh, and also halfway down, I found a random iPhone. Somebody's obviously dropped their phone out of their pocket. So we need to return that. We need to return the sledges, and then...
I love how we were like, we're gonna rent this out for the whole day. We're gonna go...
Yeah, Liv was like, we'll do a practice run and then we'll get some videos. We're not doing that again. Also, it took nearly an hour. Probably because we kept walking. We kept getting off after that. We were stopping and we were walking. Everybody else was whizzing past us, and Liv and I were like, bye. If you've done this and do this on the regular, fair play to you, but to be honest, it's not for me. And this pretty much concludes our time in Scandinavia. I know it's been a little bit choppy and all over the place, but this is pretty much a highlight reel from the 3 countries. We had such a lovely trip and I really do recommend visiting. Honestly, this is one of my favourite holidays / travel trips I've been on in a while, and so different to anywhere else I've ever visited. Make sure you subscribe so that you don't miss my next upload, and I shall see you guys very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching.